Hello. Hey, I'm Alex Grubard.
I'm Ryan Rummel.
And we're joined today by Dan Vetrano.
Hello! That's my best Grubard that I've made. I'm gonna try multiple times. Hello! No.
I do it sometimes. A lot of times I'll be up and be like, hello. And I'm like, fucked it up.
Yeah.
How do you fuck up hello? I just, locked myself into a greeting.
It's great. I feel like you deliver a classic version of hello. Like the way you say it is. Can you do it one more time?
Hello! I'm Alex Grubard. This is Jokenoise.
Jokenoise.
That's what we're calling. So this is what we've decided to call this place, essentially, and what we're doing. Yeah. There's a YouTube channel. That's where this is. And there's a link tree. We don't have anything else.
A link tree?
A link tree, yeah. It's just a list of links.
It's a list of other websites that you have, but you only listed one website, and it was YouTube.
It's a small tree.
Here's what's on the link tree.
Is it a brand?
Well, so we're doing, the brand, I guess, and there's just the name. The old umbrella name is Jokenoise, one word. And so on that link tree are the shows we run, the YouTube, and then we'll probably just add a million things to it, like, whatever comes up.
So it's an umbrella or it's a tree? I'm confused.
The link tree is a website.
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. That's
that
a
one.
website too.
No.
And their apps. I'm sure everything's also an app.
Yeah.
We're just trying to, I guess, do business. That's kind of our
brainstorming.
Oh. Yeah. Brainstorming. Hell yeah. Okay.
Like yesterday we figured what did we do yesterday?
We came up after about 40 minutes of discussion. We came up with the idea of sell stuff.
Yes. Okay.
It took us a while.
If you could push this ball down the hill a little farther.
Yes.
Is that a phrase?
Yeah. Exactly.
That would help us out.
Happy to help. I'm
right.
here to help.
We're looking for any insight, input, feedback, what you would want to see in the world. Generally, what we do is produce comedy shows.
Yeah.
We're trying to produce some content. I think that you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
We're thinking about
a reasonable
merch.
Expectation from comedians is to produce some sort of content.
Right. So we're based in SIP Studios here in Jersey City, and we're doing show. We did book a.
You see our office, and you've seen our studio.
Yeah. Tickets went on sale today for a show here. We have a show Friday, February 18th here at SIP Studios in Jersey City. We just booked that show. Tickets are up on sale. So we did do that. Yeah, good.
So you booked one show.
We booked a show.
Yeah. And so
new show.
So you need another show now. You need a brand new show.
Probably we need some more shows. So I think we're gonna try
a new show. I write on the chalkboard sometimes.
Okay, that's fine.
Try to use this chalkboard.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you bring the new shoe? Did you
show? Yeah.
I thought
I need new shoes. I got shoes on
yeah. Oh, gotcha. If you want to add that.
New shoes.
Yeah,
new shoes.
Absolutely. Don't forget that. New Balance.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Those are very good.
Show shoes just for the show.
I think the show is you getting a new pair of shoes, and what you do is you ask the audience members to throw their shoes on stage,
and I'll pick out
and you pick one pair.
I'll pick out the
and you
warmest.
burn the rest of them.
I'll just put my hand over it, whichever one's producing the most heat.
Oh yeah, don't go by size. That's how I do my shopping at Payless. I actually kind of hover over the shoes, regardless of size, and I pick them out based on that. But yeah, I don't know. That could be
show. Sneaker headliner or something like that.
It could be all about. There could be a show for people that have a good taste in shoes.
Sneakerheads are a big thing.
Absolutely,
that's a big market.
I have seen comedy shows in sneaker stores.
There you
Couldn't
go.
get on it.
But was the show itself about sneakers? Because I feel like that's what's missing.
That's the part.
It's like you go to a show and it's in like a bookstore and it's like, okay, but everybody's talking not about books, so it's just a comedy show. But this show in a sneaker store and everybody has to talk about sneakers
You have to.
and only sneakers. Just 90 minutes of jokes specifically about sneakers.
Nike's gonna get a beating, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Oh,
walking
you
away.
cannot mention brands.
That's
No.
Oh
We
my
can't
God.
mention any brands.
Uh-oh.
We've already mentioned New Balance and Nike. Any other?
We're gonna
know.
need to cut those out of
Yeah.
Any
there.
other N-word shoe companies?
Ooh, not that I know.
Reebok is a great company. And I don't like to use the R word.
Yeah, I know, right.
But
Adidas.
Yeah, Reebok.
Fila.
I had a Fila in recent times.
Man, I haven't had a Fila in
I
a
liked
long
them.
time.
You know which one is a bad, and this could go on the shot. I'm okay having this on camera. I think Saucony
Sigourney.
Sigourney shoes.
Saucony Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver's shoes are fantastic. Saucony? Okay, I guess you guys
I'm
don't
not
know the brand.
familiar.
I know.
Well, it's a brand of shoes that I think are very ugly, and I don't care for them.
Can you spell it? Because you know I can't.
SAUCONY?
Man, I would not have gotten that. I thought it was going to be SOCON.
Who are they?
Oh, no. Yeah, this is Saucony?
Sauce on Y.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it seems like it's something that maybe it stands for
Sauce
something,
New
an
York?
acronym. Shoes and underwear. Come on, New York.
Yeah.
Shoes and underwear. Come on, New York. They sell underwear as well, but only in New York.
That's perfect. I'm glad they're here.
Yeah.
I gotta check them out. They're ugly though? What do they look like?
What if I just pointed at your shoes and like,
Oh.
they actually
Hey, these
look
are Pumas, baby.
Yeah, those are great. Those are great
Let's
shoes.
see.
That's a classic.
A
That's
classic.
just a classic style.
Yeah. Hey man, sometimes I walk into a shoe store because I just need a fucking pair of shoes, and it's just whatever they've got, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the best option.
You know what's really good is if you walk into a shoe store completely shoeless, sockless, maybe have some cuts all over your feet. Like, look, I need shoes.
I know. Let's try them on.
And then they're gonna cut maybe. You'll probably cut the other customers in line. They'll probably be like, all right, well, let's get to this person because he seems like he needs shoes medically.
Yeah, right.
It seems like it's a medical issue.
Go right to the emergency room.
Yeah,
At the
and
Payless.
so you'll get shoes faster. Now they might try to rip you off because they know that you need
You
shoes.
need
that desperately.
Well, what if they're like, I hear the first pair is free, and then I'm hooked. I never wear shoes. They try
Yeah,
to do that.
yeah. Oh, that could be. So they could be like, a BOGO. A BOGO. Do we know BOGO?
I think I've heard it.
Buy one get one.
Oh. That was a shoe brand.
Can we buy some BOGOs? I think this is
Buy
another
one,
great.
get. This is a business
This
move.
is a great business move for you. Okay.
Yeah,
buy
So
one,
your
get
show, your sneaker show. It's a new New York comedy show. New York comedy show. New Balance, new shoes. It's New Balance, new shoes, New York. That's the name of the show.
Yeah.
All about sneakers. Only sneakers. People can only talk about sneakers. And if you buy one ticket to one show, you get the next show free. It's a BOGO.
That's good. I honestly do genuinely love the, hey, you've already bought a ticket to this show. We're giving you a ticket.
Okay,
to
but
another show.
I talked for like 2 minutes before that.
The
about
sneakerhead.
other-
Listen, if I think
I feel like-
a show at a shoe store makes sense. They always. I don't know if you can.
They have the little places where you sit already. They're usually built into the floor.
They
so.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they built on the floor? You move them
Usually
around.
like a little bench.
Yeah. Oh, they've got benches, but they've got that one that the shoe person sits on.
If they don't
Those
stick to
move around.
sneaker jokes, they get the boot. You're out of here.
Oh,
perfect.
See, that's a funny joke, but that's a funny joke, but that would not be allowed
It's
on a
not
sneaker because
It's
it's
sneakers
a boot.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really,
Are we,
you would actually
it
get the
doesn't even-
boot.
Is it
on
a
the
shoe?
There's so many types of shoes, though.
And you can talk about none of them.
No, yeah, right.
You know what's funny?
Definitely
I'm
not brands.
37 years old. Went to my first cobbler the other day,
Oh, really?
and it was odd.
Was it? Did you have like a really nice pair of shoes?
No, there was snow. No.
Can we do the show there?
No. There were snow boots that had fallen apart, and I couldn't find a pair that fit right. So I brought these in, and he glued the bottom back on. But it was like a nondescript Eastern European man. It was like from out of a
You didn't
movie.
describe where
All
you should have asked him to describe where he was from.
I couldn't discern one iota where he was from. And he was like mumbling, and I couldn't pick up the accent. And there was a channel on his TV that was in black and white, and they were speaking a language I have no idea what it was.
Oh.
It was like going back in time.
Whoa.
Interesting.
The old time languages before
Yeah.
color TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
I mean, everything you're describing sounds like a great place for this show.
We
This
shoot the
Yeah.
promo
sneaker
there
show.
because literally it's
Interview the cobbler.
It's as narrow as I am to you, the store.
I see them bring
Okay.
the cobbler in to do
So
stand-up,
maybe-
panel.
He comes out, hits you with a shoe from
Yeah.
time to time.
Just
That's good.
teaches
though.
us how to cobble.
I think that's fun. I think you should have that at a show. Somebody that hits you with a shoe. I
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
Because
Cobbler.
if there's one thing audiences need, it's discipline up top.
Yeah. Lay down the rule.
Yeah. Sometimes, middle of the show, they're like, oh my God, it's my birthday. And it's like, well, that person is saying that out loud because they haven't been hit with a shoe
Yes.
in the beginning saying,
Whose
no
birthday-
birthday talk.
Whose birthday is it? And then the cobbler comes out.
Yeah.
Really gets you good.
And actually, you can get hit more if it's your birthday. But
It's a classic birthday tradition.
it's a
I
birthday
think.
tradition. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
for the birthday
Here
person.
do
comes
it, I
the
think, in
birthday
Wisconsin a lot.
cobbler.
Yeah.
He's got a little dance.
Yeah, there you go. We'll write him a theme song. I'm not bad. Again, did we write down Sneakerheads?
Yeah,
Show?
sneaker
Oh,
show,
Sneaker
cobbler,
show.
BOGO.
Oh, you got it all
shoes.
down.
Yeah.
Cobbler.
Well,
all right. So basically more shows, specifically this show.
yeah.
But yeah, that, I mean, we,
shows.
so I mean, we're trying to, generate, I don't know, revenue? Is that an
Yes.
idea? What are we supposed to do? So more shows
Well, I
is
think
definitely
this
one.
logo is we're gonna lose money on this.
Real ideas.
Oh, maybe. That is true.
All
I'll
right.
tell you, maybe you should make it buy two, get one. BTGO. Are there any,
Yeah, well now.
buy
Now,
squared?
what chemical makeup is that? Is there a G on the periodic
On the-
table? I know there's an
Never.
O, and I know there's a B. Just G.
Well, yeah, there's like borum.
Well, I know there's a B.
Yeah.
Is there a G?
There's gotta be gas.
Go.
Gas, just in general.
Is gas one? Is gas one of the
I think that's
gas?
several. I think
Yes,
that's
it's
several.
a gas.
I think it's several.
But not
Ooh.
gasoline.
Gasoline.
That's not a gas, right?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Why did they do that to us?
I don't know enough about the periodic table.
Periodic table of elements.
See,
We
I
passed
still
Chem 1 first.
Oh yeah, past Chem 1.
So now,
okay.
so new shows.
So new shows is definitely a thing we're doing,
Mhm.
right? What else can we do? We took over this office space for 30 days.
Oh yeah.
And we're just trying to, Jokenoise it up the whole
Yeah.
time, I guess. Farting a lot.
Yeah.
That's what that means. No, we're just trying to, utilize it to the best of our abilities.
I'll tell you how, and this is a real idea. This is a boring answer. It's not as fun as Sneakerheads
Or bore us. Bore 'em.
Yeah.
or Borum.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a Borum. No, but it's basically. I feel like so much of comedy in the future comedy now is like online, and everybody is like taking their clips, taking their jokes, isolating them, and putting them into TikTok and putting them
TikTok.
into
I knew it.
places
There
where
it
you see
is.
And obviously, this is all very obvious what I'm saying, but I just need to say it out loud because I've been in on tour and I've been moving around and I haven't had like a good workstation set up where I'm like, okay, this is how I get all of my stand-up that I've been doing for this long and plugging it into here and all of my funny ideas and plugging it into short little videos that people actually have like an attention span for.
Mhm.
So, in addition to doing shows from here and stuff, but really filming them and getting a way to isolate any funny stuff into video clips.
Right.
Big.
Editor.
Editor!
An editor.
Oh my god, the
Learn to
cobbler.
edit.
Will he do it?
Oh, well, that's a dying business. He needs to
Yeah.
fucking reinvent himself.
Oh my
How
god.
many people are breaking their snowshoes?
We need to find people who are in dying businesses.
Oh, perfect.
Get them all together and maybe they will help us with whatever it is we want to do.
That's perfect. Will you relearn an entire industry and skill set?
Another great idea for a comedy show. The dying business comedy.
I love it.
It's all
Your business
people
is
in
dead.
dying fields.
Non-industry.
Concierges. Boot fixers. Well, those are cobblers, I guess.
Right.
Hat makers. No, people still wear hats.
Haberdasheries? Yeah, I don't
Hats
know.
People are always
Apothecaries?
gonna wear shoes. Won't there always be cobblers?
Yeah.
Because they're
That's
really,
true.
when I went in there, I figured it out. I was like, oh, men don't really go to cobblers. They just wear their shoes out all the way. Women buy $300 boots or whatever, and then the heel falls off. They're like, I would love these boots, so I'm going to go to the cobbler. So these creepy cobblers are like collecting all these women's shoes.
Yeah,
'Cause
so they're just getting
I think
into
they're
different.
they're the original foot guy.
Ah.
No?
And it was
Maybe.
just right under our noses the whole time. It was
Oh,
like,
God.
the creepy foot guy couldn't be the guy who fixes shoes.
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
Before the guy.
That's very
who
1 hour
pays
photo.
women.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right? It's very much like, oh, the creep can't be the guy who puts all your photos into an envelope, is it? It's very obvious.
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
When I went in there, most of the shoes that were around me were women's shoes.
Mm.
So he
That's
wanted
great.
mine out of there. He was like, "I'll be done by tomorrow." I don't think he liked them.
So they're
Oh,
not going
interesting.
away. Women's shoes aren't going away.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
not. They're
Men's
probably going to wear
shoes-
shoes the whole time.
Yeah,
You know,
shoes are
all
going
of
to be.
existence.
I don't know. I think it was you
Which
that
is
said should it's a dying business, and I kind of
I
agree with it.
did.
Here's what we book for the dying business comedy
Yeah.
show. It's obviously it's going to be concierge because they got to be there because human Google. Come on, but here's the ultimate dying business: stand-up comedians.
Yes.
We book
Sure.
stand-up comedians.
Yep.
And
To do a show called Dying Business, the
The
dying
Dying
art
Business.
of stand-up.
Dying business
And we
is
act
easy.
like it's the very last stand-up show to ever exist.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah?
That's
And it's
good.
like the dying
This is
art,
it.
like no one does it anymore. It takes place almost apocalyptic. Right?
Yeah.
And no one does this anymore. I feel like anybody else that would be brainstorming this idea would be like, it's post-cancel culture, and it's like, I'm not going there. That's not what this idea is. Somebody's gonna take this idea and make it their own shitty thing. But my idea is just that like the world has been destroyed.
Yeah.
And there's this one last stand-up comedy show, and it's just the dying art of stand-up.
I think that makes a lot
why
of sense.
are there so many stand-ups? Where are they all coming from?
Yeah, there's 10, 12 now.
Oh my god. It's too many for that show.
Yeah,
We're going to have to put some of you guys on next time.
yeah, the next
You know,
last show.
The next last one.
There's an open
ever.
mic. We'll have 2 people up, and we
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we got a few ideas here for a couple
Open
of
mics.
shows.
Thriving. Stand-up shows dying.
dying. Yeah.
There was a time when that was the thing. I feel like right before the pandemic.
I know.
Now it's like, why would you start an open mic? So let's start an open mic. No, definitely not.
I mean, I love seeing. I was at Lindsay Bowling's show yesterday.
Love Lindsay, right? Yeah.
Yes, great, and I'm
Great
biking
show.
on the other comedian that does it.
Oh, me too. We're the next guy.
With an M.
Oh,
Her name
is it
is
Jeff
an
Foxworthy?
M. Oh,
No.
sorry.
What can you do?
But it was a very funny show. They're both very funny, and they open it by like riffing. And I saw another show at Little Field of the Pardon on Charlotte and Maybe.
Oh, that one's great.
Yeah,
Butterboy.
Butterboy,
Butterboy,
exactly.
right.
And they're riffing, and so
Right.
if you do like an open mic or whatever, and you just can like use that as like a way to be able to riff on a new joke you're working on for 15 minutes, it seems very productive.
Yeah,
It's really
you're
good.
talking about like as the host.
Yeah,
too.
as the
The
host,
host
yeah.
riffing
Oh, yeah.
on stage
The
together.
hosts take up all the time. Well, I mean, that's not
They
typically.
take up the host
most of
set.
the time.
Right,
So
yeah.
you get like 15 minutes as opposed to doing New York mics where you get 3 minutes.
Right.
Basically, I'm just describing the benefit of having your own open mic. But
Right, yeah. Having a show that you can
Yes.
then do jokes on.
But
yeah,
I
of
like
course.
the thing of having, it's a very New York thing of having 2 people on stage to open as opposed
Yeah.
to in Philly, people will be like, okay, we both host this open mic, so I'll host this week and you'll do next week, and it's one at a time.
Right, which is primarily what we do. I'm going to throw a wrench into this thought,
Yeah,
possibly.
wrench it.
Do you feel that when you do, let's say we all went up together, we're riffing, we're 3 people, bam, 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 10 minutes. Okay, now everybody welcome one person to the stage. the vibe. Do you feel like the vibe changes? The structure is a little too off. No, this is a face.
I'm comparing it to Butterboy, and they do it great.
They do it great.
They do it good.
I'm not saying what they do is not well done, but is it jarring for any audience, and maybe not that audience. They could get you can
I
get
can see how
audience
it would
used
be
to it.
at an open mic.
Mike also too. Yeah, I know.
I
I
feel
forget
like
that there's
for
a
me-
mic, the duo mic.
The thing for me is like I see it as the same way as having like a band or just like having a bunch like more people on stage creates like more energy overall. And so I see what you're saying. You go from like a high thing to a low, but like having high energy is like setting the person. It's better to have high energy and then going just to one person as opposed to like one person who doesn't really win the crowd over, and then where now if that one person is gonna crush harder than but they're not as good at riffing, then yeah, I think it depends on like whatever is best for bringing the energy up in the room. And at Butterboy and at Lindsay's mic, they both did a very good job of like.
At Lindsay's, were they both going up in between?
Oh, was that a mic?
Because at Butterboy,
It was a mic, and they started by just
they
both
started
on stage.
at the same time, but
Gotcha.
throughout they're not going up at the same time, right? Like Butterboy only comes out.
Oh yeah, at Butterboy. Yeah, actually, no, they just called names from the side of the stage. So
Gotcha.
yeah, right. They're not going up in between.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
I
I mean,
like it.
I'm like, I said it as fun of a tone as you can. That definitely breaks up a routine, breaking the mold a little bit, which is always good. Just do something different. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I like when that happens. I just sometimes I do wonder, and I've talked to comics about some of us think sometimes that the tone can be different, especially on a show more than a mic.
Yeah,
Because there's something about an audience coming out to see, and then they see two people, and then now it's one person, and like that kind of shift can be just jarring enough. Where there's also a difficulty to doing the duo thing unless you're used to it and used to each other.
You have to be really bouncing, and
the first time you do it, it's difficult.
Because it can feel, I can imagine it can feel, and it sometimes feel like as a Philly comic where you don't see that in Philly, and then coming to New York and see it, I can imagine it could feel a little like, how would I put it? Like seeing two people on stage, doing this to open a mic or a show even would just be like very much like inside, like we all know each other, right? Like almost like, we're friends. Like you almost need to be a part of this established energy.
Yeah.
That you're not a part of. Whereas one person on stage is like, this is just who I am. Two people, it almost feels like they can gang up on you. So,
yeah, that too. And I feel like everybody, it takes some getting used to. Like just like any performing. I'm sure everybody's like, oh, I don't want to step on that person's joke. And then it's also like your set list probably changes compared to what you would do.
I like the idea of it of practicing a joke though. Because sometimes I write a joke, but it's just like, it doesn't run, I have to rewrite and go to all these mics, but sometimes it would be nice to talk it out with another comic on stage.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
That's a really smart thought. Any of that is really good.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it's a mic where everybody's kind of doing that.
Everybody.
And therefore, it's like
a duo's mic.
A duo's mic, but not necessarily. You don't have to plan bits. Yeah, exactly.
Or you pick out of the hat.
Well, you still want to be trusting environment, I'd say.
Yeah.
You could kind of do it like the host goes up there, picks a name, that guy riffs with the host. Then he gets off.
Yes.
Guy does a little time. Then he picks out a one, and it just keeps going.
Is that how tag team works?
I don't know how tag team works.
There's a show here, also a great show, Tag Team Champions. It's been described to me.
I haven't seen it yet.
Great.
Yeah.
People that I've never seen it
That's
yet, but I'm
here at
excited. It's gonna be here at SIP.
They're all like competing in the audience.
I think a week from Friday.
Yeah,
I think a week from Friday. So yeah, that'll be cool to see, and I think they do something similar. It's a show. It might be not. I think it's probably not dead on. It's not our show.
I got it for the pitch of this meeting.
Oh yes.
Sneakers, the three of us hosting. Instead of making them feel welcome, we do gang up on the audience, and then we have the toddler come out. There's four of us. We got an enforcer too.
We're a gang. We're a gang. And we attack the audience.
Last stand up ever. That's damn right, because no one's leaving a lot. The cobbler.
Oh, I love it. No one leaves alive.
That's
That
good.
could
Yeah.
No one leaves alive is a great name for a comedy show.
Yeah.
Because
Leaves
it's
alive.
Because
I
everyone
would go to
kills.
that.
Everyone kills so hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Killing out there.
Plus, I don't have any shoes.
Yeah.
How can I get anyway?
Shoeless, no shoes. Wait, is our show
Everyone
all
thinks
about
shoes.
shoes or is it no shoes?
Shoe drive for the homeless. Everybody.
Oh, brilliant.
That's a good
They-
idea,
they-
and we're recorded saying that we're going to do that, so now we have to do that.
We should
a
do
good
it.
one.
And,
Drive.
and I thought we should do a like charity show at some point.
Yeah.
And that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
Give
great
us your
one.
shoes. The cobbler will be here. He'll fix them up. Give them to the homeless.
Cobbler. If we could convince a cobbler to come be a part of a comedy show, how
Oh,
absurd.
wow.
A real life cobbler will be there.
Shoes. We get
I
shoes
love
for
that.
people who need them. And
Yeah.
And the show, and you have to talk about shoes on the comedy. Okay, I know that's the
Yeah.
part where I lose
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
I'm
No,
really-
no, no,
I-
I'm just
I
like,
think-
I'm like, we'll worry about that part later.
I just
by
want
the
to keep
way-
talking home just because I love seeing your reaction when I get to the part where I lose you. And again, we have to be talking about shoes
Let
the
me
entire
read.
time. I did mention that part's non-negotiable, right?
Yes, several times. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of
You
course.
just whisper to the comic before he goes up there and be like, "Don't forget, it's
yeah,
gotta be sneakers."
It's gotta all be about shoes. I'm looking at people's sets like, what is this?
right.
Shopping, grocery? No, shoes! Sneakers, even.
definitely.
They're gonna think you're a heel. That's not it. You can't even do that because sneakers don't have heels.
Yeah.
So even that would make you a heel. Again, yeah. So that's kind of what it'll be like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
That's good.
This is the behind the scenes of
This
that
is
show.
This is behind
yeah,
the
it
scenes.
literally is.
Actually, yeah, that's true. We're trying to go to the scenes. We're on our way to the scenes.
Shoe seed. We go outside sneaker stores when they have lines.
Yes.
Kicked out, we flyer them. We do man on the street interviews.
Okay, now here's one potential, I don't want to say hurdle, but for me this is a hurdle. I don't know anything about sneakers.
Oh yeah.
I
You
get all
got
my
some-
shoes from Burlington or Marshalls.
Well, you got some writing to do. You gotta.
Yeah, some
those are
research.
shoes. Those are.
Should we maybe just sell this idea to somebody?
Great. Yes. Oh, that sounds good.
We're getting another cork board. Put it up there. Show ideas, and then we'll just think who loves sneakers.
Yeah.
There's Christiana Jackson. She loves sneakers. She's
Oh,
Great.
and
So you want
So you know some comics that love sneakers?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
there's a
Sneakers.
lot of guys
Okay.
that love sneakers.
Well, then let's just do it. Who cares? You know what? Edit out the part where I said I don't know about sneakers. I'm changing that tonight.
No, they're definitely. I remember Gordon Baker Bone. I did a festival with him like years ago, and we drove down with Dan Shacky, and Gordon brought for a weekend, he brought like 7 pairs of shoes. That's how I remember it.
Wow.
styling, profiling.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely was not his whole closet.
Yeah. So all right.
I would, yeah. that
Guys,
makes
I
sense.
tomorrow I'm going to Staples.
We'll see him. He'll be like, I've got 1 pair left.
I'm going to Staples. Get my shoes. I make them out of paper.
That would be honestly great. Getting like a lot of cheap shoes for a show,
Oh,
like just
yes.
piling them on stage.
Oh my god, it could be really cool because like not only is it about shoes, but it's like there will be like the shoe drive, so we'll be like, raising money for shoe charities to make sure that like New Yorkers that need shoes can get shoes. And also like you can like buy shoes at the show. Maybe there could be a sliding scale for like I'm like
I bet there's a
recycled
bunch
shoes,
of
repurposed shoes.
like people
Yeah.
that design things on shoes.
Yes!
People take all
Oh,
the-
I got a guy
Or
who
we could do
draws
like
on shoes.
we could do that as like a bit. Get a couple of
Yes.
Converse and like just like write on those and whatever.
Absolutely. And here's
They make like blank, like Toms.
oh my
are
god,
always,
and we could write
that.
like our set lists on shoes. Well, that's what
Oh,
I'm
that's a
gonna do.
fun
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, any like that kind of stuff
Uh-huh.
is really great.
Yeah, this is crazy because okay, I know I said I'm not like somebody who knows about shoes, and that's true. But I recently came to a realization that after 34 years, I have like a bit of an emotional attachment to shoes.
Oh.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. I like when I have to like get a new pair of shoes, like after having them for 3 months, and I have to throw the old pair out. It's a little sad for me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get
Yeah.
kind of like choked up, and so and so I even though I don't really put so much like I spend about like 30, 40 minutes, like just kind of roaming the aisles and really going with the pair that feels right. And when I get them, they make me feel better. So I think I am passionate about shoes.
I understand why sneakerheads exist. Like,
Yeah.
definitely. Like, shoes are one of those things. There are a lot of varieties of them. It's kind of like a car where you're like, I don't totally understand every piece of fabric on this thing or why it's there, but it's got purpose. I feel different.
Yes.
You know, like,
I mean, it's a cool stuff because your shoes. I'm a walker. I walk everywhere, so they're like the most important thing. I mean, people get fancy cars, but I don't have a car. I have shoes, so I might as well.
they're
as
fancy.
Marshalls? Marshalls.
Yeah.
These are Burlington.
But
so.
I know what you mean. Like, you want the right thing. You're always going to be in them. You're going to be in them every day.
Makes sense. So sneakerheads make sense. I love the style, the fashion of that sneakerheads bring. I feel like there's a whole look that goes beyond just sneakers. That like a sneakerhead like has like a certain aesthetic almost from the clothes that they wear as well. And I think it would be so cool to bring that aesthetic, to capture that and bring it into a comedy show. Perhaps an even multimedia comedy show or just a stand-up comedy show with sneakerheads talking about sneakers. Again, that's the part
all
where
sorts of things going on here.
Yeah.
No, I think it's not just the stand-up and the jokes, the multimedia, and it's the additional aspects, the like bringing in these vendors, or like I think a local artist who designs on shoes or designs shoes or something like that would be super cool.
Will
people do
the audience be creepy foot people?
Yes.
Bring them in.
They will.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they
Because
might attract.
those
They're
people,
right next to Bayonne.
those people, what they have is fucking money. If you ever look through Craigslist and type like it's like the prices that foot fetish people are paying, they've got money.
Wow.
So to come to a comedy show that's going to be a lot of foot talk,
Is there a name for a shoe thief? Should we keep an eye on these donated shoes? Is some
you're worried about that already.
Yeah, I'm worried about theft of
A
the
robbler?
donated robbler.
We'll have to get
that sounds right.
We'll have to get security. No. We'll have to get some sort of sneaker supervisor, theft prevention.
I'll be in charge, and then I reveal myself to be the guy who wanted the. I'll keep them over here, guys.
Then you're like, oh, there could be thieves, so I'll be the one that takes care of the thieves. This is coming together very quickly.
I love the idea of robbing it because you just gotta check every size, every time. I feel like they'll be easy to spot.
I check by heat. We already went over this.
you get a size too small, man. You're screwed.
You like to hover over the shoes, which is how I shop as well. I hover. I think heat. I get it. I get vibe, but
let me get these vibe. Well, these are when the people take off their shoes immediately. Then that's the heat I'm feeling for it.
Now, taking off shoes, giving me an idea.
Like a shoe cycle.
Do people take off their shoes to come to the comedy show? That would be ridiculous, right?
If they want to donate them, they probably would.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'd be funny if they want to donate them, but they refuse to take them off.
I think it would be funny to try to get people to do that every time, and they'll be like, no, I think I'm going to wear them. Well, okay.
Oh, my God. We have replacement shoes. So it's like, all right, who's a size 9? And we say, hey, we would like you to donate your shoes, so here's what we have. We have 3 replacement shoes. Will you donate your shoes today?
That's so good.
And then, of course, all 3 shoes that we have are ridiculous and crazy. Yeah. But somebody might be willing to be like, okay, I'll just get a new pair of shoes tomorrow. And they'll actually do it. They'll actually donate their shoes.
I think we can convince someone to do it.
It would be really funny.
Yeah.
That's got to be in the show.
I think we have a lot of beats for this comedy show.
Let's put a. We didn't pick a name.
We didn't pick a name. Sneaker headliners, comedy show. That's what I said.
Yeah.
BOGO.
Robbler.
Is there anything?
Shoe exchange.
Like Payless or something.
What are some?
Suscom.
Oh, right. Yeah. What did you write first time? New shoe?
New
show?
Yeah, new shoe.
More shows.
New shoe, who dis?
Sneaker show.
Can we? Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No.
Well, can we come back to the name is all I was
the name, yeah.
Just because I feel like there's so many that like Not now, but I mean, like, I feel like there's so many names that we could
Oh yeah,
come up with. But it would take us, it'll take,
Right.
we have to do some research on shoe
I
terms.
think you're right.
We don't want to
I
offend
can't
the
think of
shoe
one.
community.
No, oh, I bet that's probably pretty easy.
With a slur.
The shoe, I don't
They
want the
are.
shoe community to be, I'm trying to do shoe puns and I can't do any right now.
Dude,
I'm
oh
kind of
man.
stuck.
Listen, they all have no soul. Well, they have too many souls. They've got so many shoes.
You're really just lacing them in with what you're talking about, and I
Yeah.
like
Well,
that.
they roll off my tongue. I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm strung up. I can't think of any other. Okay.
Something Velcro. I don't know.
Uh,
Velcro shoes would be great, just to hear the sound.
Yeah.
We had a good run.
Shoe horny.
Shoe horny is a good name for the
That's
show.
good. That
Shoe
would be the
horny.
dirty part.
Shoe horny.
Dirty segment of the
Potential
show.
name.
What was
Yeah.
the one that you just said, Alex?
Comedy shoe.
Comedy shoe is good.
Is
Really
that
good.
it?
Well, I'm running out of room here. Yeah, you gotta start.
Comedy shoe.
Comedy
shoe
shoe.
is funny because it is the thing that you accidentally wrote.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when people see that advertised, they're like, "Oh, it's a self-aware typo type." It's
Right.
like kind of
Whoa.
funny.
Exactly. It's
How
totally
meta.
just a typo.
Is that
Yeah.
what meta is? Right?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess.
there's no way that somebody would actually misspell it, so you know it's self-aware. But it's also like, oh, you're calling it comedy shoe.
Yeah.
And then maybe in the description, there's a couple more typos.
That are,
Yeah.
shoe related.
Yeah, you guys should really come to this shoe. It's really this is my favorite monthly shoe.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Something.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Comedy
that's-
shoe. It's pretty good. I mean, you know, I love these segments. I think we should do a man on the street or like interviewing people sitting out for a sneaker thing. I bet there's a whole like calendar of
Oh, yeah.
sneakerhead events.
So like going to a shoe of like we
A
have to
shoe
go to
event,
sneaker events,
like
yeah.
shoe release, right?
Mhm, yeah, and just
Uh,
go to them and advertise in these shoe circles. I know that sounds like a ridiculous term, but I feel like it's real. So, shoe circles, sneakerheads, and just like shoe communities. Probably Reddit. Shoe,
Right.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a shoe Reddit.
There's a whole thing. It's a style. It's like there's ateliers and there's people who design custom $1,000 shoes. It's it's a whole
We'll
thing.
put
that
our
people-
flyers up at all the shoe stores.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's a comedy show all about shoes. I mean, and again, we are talking about shoes the entire time.
Yes, for
100% only sneakers.
Only sneakers. You should have like a non-sneaker segment where we're angry about boots.
Who
and
hates
sandals,
sandals?
yeah.
Yeah.
Crocs and stuff like that. Yeah. What are those things? Somebody had a name like Skeletos. The things that look like you're looking
yeah.
at your toes. I think it was
Aquasocks.
Skeletos.
Skeleton.
Oh, I don't know. I was like, those have a name.
I didn't know they had a name.
That's what I thought. Aquasocks?
Oh, we got a lot of research. We got a lot of research to do.
We do. I don't know anything about shoes.
Skeleton.
Skeletos? I know, weird. They do look like that. Like
That's
brightly
exactly
colored.
what they look like.
weird ass
It's like
thing.
if they were actually called reptile feet.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no one actually calls that, and it's like, no, the official name is reptile feet. That's insane.
That sounds like a fucking disease. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It doesn't seem like they're healthy, but they
Yeah.
make your feet look very unhealthy.
Apparently they're comfortable, I've heard people say. They must be, because otherwise no one would ever wear them. Why would you possibly put them on if they weren't comfortable?
We would this would be the benefit of having a multimedia show is we would do a whole presentation on skull shoes or whatever.
Skeletos?
Skeletos. And really, it would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good here. I'll write it down. Skeletos. Well, heck yeah.
We're at 40 or a minimum
Right.
of 40.
Well,
We filled the board. We got some ideas.
I think we filled the board. Yeah, Dan, you want to tell everybody where to find you and anything you want to promote or anything like that?
I just moved here, so I think I'll be at Sesh Comedy on the 26th 7th, I want to say. I'm
Heck
looking
yeah.
at my phone. I don't know. I think
February?
that's the date. Yeah.
Okay.
End of this month, like the last, whatever, it's a Friday, Saturday.
That looks like a cool
27th.
venue. I haven't been to it, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Where
the
is it?
Saturday is the 26th.
Okay.
Because, yeah, Weeding's here.
Maybe I'm doing it the 25th.
Right on.
This is
Well,
my
look at
phone
his-
is not
Look
here.
at his Instagram.
It's look at my Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's around here somewhere.
Yeah,
But
at Dan
look up
Vetrano?
Sesh Comedy. At Dan Vetrano. Yes. That's Vetrano. It's on the chalkboard.
spelled correctly.
Yes, thank you
It's
so
not in
much.
charge of that.
Hey, there you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, check out Sesh Comedy. Dan will be there soon.
Yes, Sesh Comedy. I'm doing that, and just look me up and email me a
Email
friendship.
you?
Email me a friendship request because I've just moved here. I know so few people, so if you email me a friendship request, I'll review it, and in about a week, I'll get back to you whether or not your friendship has been approved. I really don't know anybody, and I'd love to meet you.
That
See ya.
sounds great. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Ryan
Oh, Ryan Rummel at Ryan Rummel Comic
on Instagram.
on IG.
I'm at Alex Grubard on Instagram, alexgrubard.com for any shows. Weedingoutthestone.com for every Weeding Out the Stone stuff. We got a ton of shows coming up. Dan, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I had so much
Yeah,
fun.
leave us a like and a comment on Jokenoise.
High five.